Go ahead.
So, in the studio, I'll tend to collect things, and I don't put too much weight into anymore, like trying to figure out, okay, why am I obsessed with these objects? Why am I obsessed with these objects? I'll just store them and keep them. So these panels were given to me by an artist 10 years ago, and I've been keeping them, and they were given to me because felt was a big part of my work in the early days. And then my mom always would collect various types of cording from back in the day when she would do a lot of macrame. And so sometimes I have these objects in the studio, and they'll find their way into the work through assemblage, or they'll reference some of the ideas and concepts that I'm currently exploring, that I was, the very early stages of these ideas started a really long time ago. And so in the studio, I'll do a lot of small studies, and then I'll save them, and they'll find their way into a work. So some of the painting in the back was done a really long time ago, but I still kept them, never showed them until they find the rest of their pieces. And sometimes that takes 3 or 4 years of time. And so they're combined with some of the clay works that are in the other pieces, but they're tied to them in very temporary ways. So some of, like that one is particularly attached similar, and I felt like it was a conversation about space, and they reference the other longer slip pieces, that they're breaking that linear space of memory in the same way, but also they're very abstract objects. So I think about abstraction sometimes of trying to identify and reference something I don't necessarily have the language for. And a lot of these thoughts and ideas I have about my ancestral knowledge, I don't have a solid word or a solid language that describes some of the things I understand about the world that I know don't come from just being an American and having access to the internet. And so abstraction is really the way of me letting out these feelings and emotions and thoughts and very clear understandings of memory that there just is no equivalent to it in the English language. And I'm comforted in the fact that, although the Western world calls it abstraction, abstract movements and abstract gestures exist outside the Western space. And so really trying to tap into that movement that happens with abstraction, and then the materials are super significant. So the black glittered areas that are in these particular pieces are made with powdered tire rubber, various forms of glitter, as well as mica flakes, diatomaceous earth, and those are all combined with acrylic mediums to give these textured, almost space-like look. And it's both absorbing and reflecting light simultaneously.